Hello and welcome to another video about indoor navigation with AR. This time you're also gonna do outside navigation with AR, so stay tuned. This is cool. We have this really big scan that I've created from my workplace. No, I don't work for Rolex. I also don't have a Rolex. I will never be able to buy one. This is an older working place where Rolex were assembled or pieces were created. And this is now the study place, or one of the study places of the Bern University of Applied Sciences. And we are going to be using one part here. And unfortunately, because of some issues, I'm not able to show you how this works with GPS. MultiSet now supports GPS, which is great. The thing is, I created one big model, and the origin is a bit different when you only export one part of the model. This is what we did for this video. So I've actually used a smaller portion for this video to make it a bit simpler. I have just used an extracted version, Eingang and Labor, and so I will be using this. And so yeah, I'm looking forward to show you how to set things up, get things ready, and then maybe in another video I'm going to be showing you how to get things ready with GPS. Let's get into it.
No peace of mind. I will congregate.
Thanks a lot to MultiSet for sponsoring this video and supporting the channel. Great visual positioning system, and it's a great alternative to Fourier or Immersal. And it is great for working inside Unity. There's also native iOS SDK, native Android, even WebXR, or for MetaQuest. I'm currently working also on a MetaQuest app that navigates in our lab. Our first step is going to be make the scan, of course. So I've already done that. And for you, if you want to make a scan, the cheapest way is probably use the MultiSet mobile app, which is available for iOS with LiDAR. And then I think the next cheapest option is Matterport. They also support Leica, Navis, and Xgrid. And if you check out their documentations, you'll see here how to import or some tips and everything specifically for those camera models, and you also see which devices are supported. So check that out if you have a camera, and if you don't have a camera, use an iPhone, iPad with LiDAR. For this scan that I've used here in this video, I have exported a smaller version of my bigger scan here from my workplace. This was scanned with Matterport Pro 3. It took me 3 full work days, 9 hours each day. I was so exhausted at the end of the scan. I can recommend using this motherboard tripod and this dolly. Then you attach these on the dolly, and it's just very smooth to go to the next scan location. So you don't have to always lift up the tripod. It just is a bit easier if you do so much scanning. It was around 1,200 scan points, I think. There was an issue. So I have a broken version, or initially when it put everything together, it messed up 2 floors. And then I contacted the guys at Matterport, and they fixed it in like 2 or 3 hours. And it was now it works great. So there's no guarantee. It was also a bit difficult here because it has, you see here, there's not exactly like a new floor. So this is like half floor, because this is actually a different building up here, but it's connected with a staircase. So yeah, it was kind of hard. Anyways, so once you have that Matterport, you need a matter pack or E57 file and download. I also quickly want to mention an issue I had with the Matterport tripod mount. Don't forget, this is not included in the camera or in the case. I recommend buy the case, but yeah. So I had an issue when I was recording below 10 degrees. I think it was 5, 6 or 7. It was around this time of the year. It was cold and it was already getting winter. And after like spending 10 minutes outside, the motor of this tripod mount would not work anymore. It would just rotate in place, would just make weird sounds like it would not rotate anymore. And the first time it happened, I thought like, oh dang, I've broke it. But it was only it was resolved when I went inside, waited like 10, 15, 20 minutes, and I went outside again. So I tried to minimize the time outside. Just be aware of that is this flaw. I don't know. I never checked with Matterport if this was a problem of my tripod, or if this is a general problem. Yeah. The other advice that I can give on sunlight, try to avoid direct sunlight like this. You will have better results, you will have less shadow. It looks nice, but preferably you should have like a cloudy day, slightly cloudy day, like for photography. And yeah, once you have that, you can upload them here in the developer platform. Maps, create map, upload, and then you upload it here, let it process. I've just shown this already in previous videos, so there's nothing new here. They've added a map area, that's nice. You can also check out things here, etc. Here new is the map geo coordinates. Talk about that later, a little bit about GPS in the end, because there's something cool coming from the new update of the SDK. So once MultiSet processed your scan, you can check it out in the developer hub, and you can go ahead and go into Unity. Make sure you copy this map code. And inside Unity, I have copied the VPS GPS navigation. I'll talk about it later. We won't use GPS yet because for my special map case, there was some flaw in the SDK. I hope this will get fixed soon, and maybe there will be another video about that. But copy this scene and you will be ready for GPS later on. And once you're here, go to the map localization manager, add here your map code, then go to map mesh downloader. Here you download the mesh. I already have it, so let me remove it and download it again. There we go. We have the mesh. And now you can place things accordingly. The first thing that we want to add is the nav mesh. So we go into navigation content, nav mesh, and here we click bake. Make sure you have the Pixar origin somewhere on this map, so it's can calculate from those positions. Let's go back to the nav mesh, and here I've added some enabled baking only. So we want to, for example, here we see the staircase is very poorly walkable. We could adjust, you can adjust here humanoid options to take higher slope, to take higher step height, etc. And you can also help the agent enable that. Oh, we haven't added it here. So we add cube here. Let me see, we have a ramp here. Why is the default material missing? That's funny. But it doesn't matter because it's gonna be invisible anyways. Wait, that didn't get saved. Okay. Okay, never mind. We just add our owns. So we add a new 3D object, cube. Where's our cube? Wait, let's do it like that. We go back here. Through the trees. Here's the entrance. Okay. So the game object, I think when we add it here, it will be somewhere in the side. Yeah, hit V on the keyboard and you could place it somewhere on the collider. Very useful. So we're gonna turn that a bit, make it flat, no other way around. The blue one. Oh no, wait. Okay, so we make like this. With on there, it doesn't have to be perfect. There you go. So, and of course, we want to put it here, and if vehicle only. And then we bake the nav mesh and see if it's better. No, it's not better. So effectively, we're gonna update step height here, maybe to 45. And let's go bake again. Yes, this worked this time. So, like that. I've added the gizmo here just for visual reference. So you've seen it in the video that I know, okay, this is the edge, and you see a bit the accuracy and everything. So that's just for a visual view. Then you want to enable, you want to add points of interest. So I've added the entrance point of interest here. Make sure you set an individual ID. And where's this one? The PC workstation. And actually in the video we've created another over here. Actually hide that for the moment because we're so usually I just duplicate it and then rotate it, place it correctly. And so here you see the collider, the arrival collider. So as soon as the camera collider is arriving in this, colliding with this collider, you will receive the arrived state. So give it a name, doctor workstation. We put the same here in the list title. Then we add here 2. Okay, so let's check here. The collider is this. With the collider, you have to make sure it should be proximity of the nav mesh. So this is the case. And as long as they are here, children of this game object, they will appear in the list. So if we hit play here, then we should see the point of interest on the list. We see it on the list. Let's see where it is. Showing us the way. Oops. Voila. So far about the points of interest. And for occlusion, you might want to, depending on your use case, probably want to enable occlusion. So the edges and the walls, they block the line. For maybe testing, you can also enable the visualization or no mesh, whatever. The most likely you want to have occlusion enabled. And that's basically it. That's all you have to configure in Unity. Of course, you need to build it. iOS, Android, build steps. You have to switch to the platform. You have to assign the package name, etc. So maybe you want to check out my other video where I talked already about Android and possible errors when you build. And you let me know in the comments or on Discord how, if you have problems with building for developer platform, Android or iOS. It can be very confusing, but there are great tutorials out there as well that show the detailed process. When you're testing on the side, you will just need the VPS button here to localize, and that's basically it. Now a little bit about GPS. So there is a function that before enabling VPS or GPS actually triggers the VPS automatically when you follow this guide here in the docs, how to align scans. So read through this, there are referencing maps intro, and then here is a very detailed instruction how to set up your map and also get your map coordinates. You have to enter them here, update map coordinates, and then you have to, in the end, you will have a map similar to what I have here, and this should be aligned with the actual map. And this will help, for example, if someone comes here with the app and here is no VPS already, you can already have some navigation to a place where there is VPS, and this is the trigger box. So as soon as he enters here with the GPS data, the VPS is automatically enabled, and you can continue with VPS like we've just seen now. So this is very cool. I'm maybe gonna do another video about that. We'll see. And yeah. And yes, that was it. I'm looking forward to hear from your projects in the comments. If you have questions, feel free also to reach out on Discord. There are, I think, 100 members now. It's a great community. They sometimes post questions, and it's cool to see also others helping others. And there's also a great Discord from MultiSet where they post updates about the SDK. It's a fast growing SDK in a very competitive field, so it's cool to see them pushing new updates so fast. And yes, cheers.